What's good? It's Music Nick, and today we're talking chord progressions. So last video we talked about some simple ideas about music theory and basically how we can apply those to making trap melodies, melodies for trap beats. And today's going to be a continuation of that. Today we're really going to dive into the idea of chord progressions. So I'm going to put it on 160 BPM. For me, that's really good, just to kind of average BPM that I could either make slow down or go faster with a melody, but it's kind of right in between. So I kind of like writing melodies there. And then I have this in, so I recommend you do this. So right here I have this scales. I have a harmonic minor and natural minor, but I pretty much always just use the natural minor. I write most of my stuff in natural minor, but the ideas and the concepts that we talk about can apply to both, and other scales as well. But so I have saved here just the natural minor scale all the way up and down. So that's all I did to get that. Is I went up to this stamp tool right here. You can't see it the way my OBS records, but when it comes down, there'll be scales here. Grab minor, natural, Aeolian, and you stick it on there, and then you click it all the way up. And like I said at every video, so I'm not going to bore people who watch all the videos, so do that. Then you can hit Control Shift M, and then you can save it as a MIDI, and you can go to your patches, packs, plugins, or go through that series of folders. And then you get to your packs, then you can just organize this shit, and then you can just make yourself a little scales thing. You can just always pull that on there, and it's super dope. We have our C minor natural scale pulled up here. Start on FL keys for this first one. So we got our ghost notes on with our C minor natural scale, and if you were watching last video, we literally just Googled I still have your common chord progressions, natural minor, and then we made a beat using that chord progression right there. You saw that in the last video. So I'm just gonna actually click into that website instead of just literally looking at the little Google preview of the most common one. We'll click into that. Let's dive into these. Let's get into chord progressions and let's see what we can do with these common ones. Because like I said in the last one, if you're having trouble writing melodies, I think a good place to start is examining existing melodies. And a lot of music is similar in many ways, but it's what you do at its core. You'll have a similar chord progression or something, but everything you do on top of that is what matters. So let's just go in here. We'll start simple, and then if you start simple, then you can get more and more complicated. Just online, we got another chord progression. Let's test this one out. They're telling us to try out, let's say the 1, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 4, 5. So they're saying 1, 4, 5 is gonna sound fire apparently. So I guess we listen to musical-u.com and we'll go with the 1, 4, 5. So in my last video we talked about scale degrees, and then we talked about how to build chords and chord degrees. So here's what we'll do. So we're in C right now, so every C is where the scale repeats itself. Otherwise this is all just like a pattern repeating. So it's saying 1, 4, 5. So root is 1. And then 4 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, because you start counting on the 1, and then 5 is going to be 1 above 4, and so flame, dude, that sounds really good. I love it. Let's build it into chords though. I think it'll sound better that way. Like we said in our last video, these are their scale degrees, our 1, 4, 5, and then within that we'll have our chord degrees, and our triads, our 3-note chords, are built with the root, the 3rd, and the 5th. You can make 7th chords and 9th chords, which that just means you skip the 6th and add the 7th on top of the 5th. And then a 9th chord would then be if you skip the 8th, go to the 9th, and you skip the 9th. You put on the 9th. And so that's just what that means. So here we're going to build this chord with the root, skip that, go to the 3rd, skip the 4th, go to the 5th. If we wanted to make it a 7th, we'd skip the 6th, go to the 7th, and then we can make it a 9th like that. So this is like a 9th, 7th, triad. And then let's build our triads out for this chord progression that they're telling us. So just skipping notes. But then what do we want to do? Let's flip that up there maybe, and let's maybe flip that down there. Let's see what happens. Maybe this could turn into something. And then maybe let's grab those bass notes again, maybe throw them back at the bottom. I mean, and then that sounds good right there. I mean, that sounds good. And then, like we said, we know we're in the C, we're in C minor natural, and we got our ghost notes up. So now we can just throw stuff on top of this. We can that's a melody. So let's go. Little some. We'll grab the whole thing. Let's hit Control S to like strum it. And then after that, you can put it into a different key if you want. We'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4 up. We'll put it into like E. We'll just open up Electra. Let's see how that sounds. Alright, fuck it. You know what we'll do too? Let's go Control Shift M. Like I said, you can save these MIDIs real easy. So let's go. I'm going to save in my packs. I'm just going to put these MIDIs that I write right now out. So this one we'll call that anime. So boom. Alright, that's one MIDI right there. Sounds fire on this loop. That sounds sick. Alright, that's our first one right there. So let's save and let's go back to our FL keys here and we're gonna delete it. And let's go back to our cellular device, back to the internet and go to the next chord progression that they tell us is fire. And we're just getting in these reps right now because the best thing you can do to get better at writing melodies is practice. So fuck it. Google the most common chord progressions, learn those chord progressions, figure out why they work well together, and then practice writing a top line on them, and eventually you'll be writing the full thing yourself. But let's keep running this. Our next one we're going to do, they're telling us that a little 1, 2 second diminished. Oh god, that's going to be a, we'll try that out. 1 second diminished, 5, 1. Is that what? 1 second diminished, 5, 1. All right, bro, let's try it out. So what's diminished, you say? Let's talk about it. C is our root, and then we'll go D sharp. So root, third, fifth, and then second diminished. So second is obviously 1, 2, and then our regular triad would be like that. But they're telling us diminished, I believe, is referring to the third. I think they want us to do that. That doesn't sound good though. That might be wrong. Maybe that might be it. So diminished might be referring to the fifth there. Actually, yeah, because that's actually in the scale, so that makes a lot more sense. Okay, so diminish that. So they're saying go like that, and then they're saying to go to the fifth, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, so then that's that consistency there. That's probably what they're trying to do. So they're telling us rather than the normal chord would be there, they're saying make it a second diminished. So that's what they're saying there. And so second diminished, then fifth, and then first again. All right, so that's what they wanted that diminished there for, is because then instead of being like that, they have it consistently all on there. Let's see how it sounds. But you know, we'll... we just did that by accident, but then we remember that, you know, you just click around and do things by accident. Sounds good. We're just kind of adding a little bit of like transition in these chords. Alright, so that one sounds pretty good. Now let's go. Let's try this one out in an omnisphere. I think that sounds pretty damn good too. So let's once again go Control Shift M. Let's call that one, I don't know. Alright, we call that one Inside because fucking I don't fucking know. So let's keep running it back. Let's kind of change maybe the vibe a little bit. We'll go up to like 172 BPM, just so you know, another BPM that I enjoy. Alright, I like this one. Alright, this one they say we don't have to start on the tonic either. So they're saying if we're in C, we don't have to start with our C chord. So they're saying 6, 7, 1. They're telling us to hit them with the 6, 7, 1 here. So I'm gonna trust them and hit them with it. So we're gonna go. So we're in C, but we're gonna go up to the 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this time let's make that the long chord. 6, 7, 1. Which is that? And I'm gonna believe them. We're gonna do what we've been doing. We'll just build them up as is. 6, 7, 1. Let's maybe go boom. Yeah, and then we can write some kind of cool melody. Look what we did there. We talked about it earlier. What did we do? Made it the 7th. So we went 3rd. We had a triad there, and we added the 7th on top of it to add some swag to that chord. That sounds pretty good now. Ooh. 6, 7, 1, man. I think we're gonna make this one into a beat right now. I'm already like picturing it with the 172 BPM. It's gonna be like an A&R type beat. You could say this beat is sponsored by the Cody Space Cadet Drum Kit perks at this point. And then let's just throw on Parametric EQ2 30 by 18K haircut, Parametric EQ2 30 by 18K haircut, soft clipper. Where are you at? Threshold 16.7, 92% on the post gain. level this shit out. Alright, and that is the beat. That is making trap melodies with common chord progression. Just to like start learning, start practicing, just find stuff that's proven to work and then make it your own. That's the beat. I'm gonna throw my beat tag on this and then I'm gonna play it out and then I'm out of here. It's probably a long video, so I appreciate y'all if you watched the whole thing. Hope you learned something. Hope you liked it. It's Music Nick. Comment, like, subscribe. We're not stopping. The videos are not stopping. So you might as well subscribe. So appreciate y'all. Let's listen to this beat.
What's good?